Hey guys, Zach here, coming at you with another video. So obviously yesterday, I reacted to the Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated trailer that came out, so make sure to go and check it out, go watch it, drop a like, do whatever you gotta do, but I'm pretty certain all of you saw it because it actually got a decent amount of attention relatively quickly. So again, thank you all for the support on yesterday's video, and also thank you for all the nice comments that you guys left, because obviously I mentioned about my grandmother's passing, so thank you for all of your good wishes and respects and all that. So thank you all very much for all of that support. I really needed to hear a lot of that. So without any further ado, guys, let's dive a little bit deeper and talk a little more about the new Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated trailer. So I pulled out my laptop, and I think the first real thing we should do is kind of go back into the trailer, and there were a couple screenshots that I missed that I'm going to also analyze for this beginning part of the discussion. So let's hop on over to the computer view. Okay, so we're going to start off with the new level images. I'm going to leave a link to this video in the description down below, but we're going to skip through most of them because we have seen a lot of them before. Like we saw this one, and we obviously saw Spongebob on the right here. We've seen this one at the pier. We got the bungee hook on top. We got the fodder robots down here. We got this one. I'm hoping I'm not skipping any. Yeah, no, I think I'm. Let me see. We've seen that one. We've seen that one. Okay, here. This is a new one, or not a new one, but one that I haven't looked at. This is right outside the sandcastle part. I don't know why this image is blurry. I have it on 1080p, so I don't know. This must be one of the lower quality images. So yeah, so we have this image, which, sorry for the low quality of the image. I think it's just because this image is low quality. There's nothing we can really do about that. But this is obviously outside the sandcastle at Goo Lagoon. I really like the section of Goo Lagoon where you're in the sandcastle and the water rises, so it's cool to see the outside of the sandcastle. Here, another low-res image where we get to see all of the robots. So let's spend a little bit of time here. Again, this image is relatively low quality, so it's going to be a bit hard to truly distinct everything. But the G-Loves, from what I actually heard, so the G-Loves now have the little thing above their head like the Sleepy Time robots do. I don't know if they had that in the past. Apparently, I'm in a Discord server that talks about SpongeBob and all that, and someone said that this actually wasn't a thing before. I personally don't remember. I remember there being like a little white dome on top of the head, but regardless, this is new. Even though it's relatively low quality, I do like Monsoon. Monsoon looks really derpy here, and I really, really like it. Chompbot looks about the same. Hammer, obviously we know about the hammer. We have Bombot here. I like his design, it looks really cool. Fodder obviously looks the same. Buzzbot looks actually exactly the same. I really like Arf. Arf looks really, really cool. I don't remember this detailing on Arf before. Maybe it just wasn't as flamboyant or obvious in the original Battle for Bikini Bottom, but it looks cool here. Obviously, we have the Arf bot, we have Tartar, we have Tubular, we have Slick, obviously, big, menacing, well, not even menacing, he's just goofy looking, but I like it, he looks about the same. And Chuck, I think that was all of them. Chuck, I think Chuck is probably my favorite of the newer design, because like when we'll look at it in the trailer again, but Chuck was like very animated, so I'm really excited to see particularly robots like Arf and Sleepy Time. I really want to see how expressive they are, because if they're able to make Chuck look that cool, and also Monsoon would be interesting to see in a new expressive light. Robots like obviously Bombot, Buzzbot, the little Arf bots, Chompbot, they're not going to really change much. Tartar, I don't really expect to change much, nor Hammer. So, yeah, those ones I'm really interested to see in particular. So here we have Mrs. Puff. I really hope that she looks as freaky as she did in the regular battle for Bikini, or the original battle for Bikini Bottom. From that like millisecond we saw her in the trailer, it did look like she was like jittery and all that, which I'm a huge fan of that. I want her jitteriness to return. It's great. So yeah, it looks good. This image we've seen before. This is new. So yeah, this is another one of the low quality images. This is Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Obviously, Mermalair. I think the Mermalair looks amazing. Like, just looking at how different, or not how different, but how upgraded it looks from the last one. Next week, I'm actually doing a video that will talk about levels and how I think they look visually, like comparing them from Battle for Bikini Bottom to Rehydrated. And I think Mermalair has the best upgrade. I think Mermalair's definitely got a nice upgrade in terms of visuals. Like Jellyfish Fields looks about how you'd expect it, and the same with some other levels like Rock Bottom and, you know, other levels like that. But Mermalair, in my opinion, just got the best, close to Kelp Forest, the best facelift. That's what I like to call it. So, yep. Speaking of Rock Bottom that I just mentioned, here is Rock Bottom. Again, another low quality image, but enough for you to get the gist. It's very much the same. It looks great. This is not the angle of Rock Bottom I would have wanted to see, because obviously I really want to see the museum. I really would have wanted to see the actual, like, town, though we do have the concept art that kind of shows that, but I want to see the in-game stuff. But yeah, it looks great. Here, Kelp Forest. I think Kelp Forest looks so much better. Oh my god, it looks so much better. I think it should be a little bit darker, but like Mermalair, I think this definitely got, like, the best facelift. This looks great. I don't know, I love the derpy fish and all that. Get the tubulars back here. Yeah, I think it looks great. I think, oh no, that's not the last one. Here, we have the Flying Dutchman. He looks great. I don't know what more to say, really. He looks great. Doesn't really give us a great shot at the level. I believe this is probably where he stands in the beginning of the level when he's talking to you. But yeah, it looks great. And then we have this shot of the ship. Now this is a better level shot because obviously the ship is one of the main areas you play on. It's weird. There's no. Were there? No, they weren't Texas. I thought there were Texas sides going across, but weren't there? Well, there's two ships, so it might be on the other ship. But yeah, it looks great. I got no complaints with how the ship looks. Again, it's a relatively low, like, quality image. But yeah, and then we've seen this image before. So now we are going to quickly hop over to the trailer again. So here we're going to talk about some details that I missed. We're going to go through the whole trailer again, you know, so I know I did this yesterday technically, but we're going to talk a little more in detail, a little more opinions, a little more thoughts, some new things that I noticed, and all that kind of stuff. So let's get into it. Okay, this is nothing unusual. Like, yeah. Yeah, so, oh, I didn't even realize, I completely forgot this cutscene where Patrick, steps on Plankton. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, this Jellyfish Fields looks great. Yeah, okay, now I see, okay, last time, it took me a while to notice that the stone tikis, their eyes lit up. It took me so long to realize that, but I see it now. But yeah, I think Jellyfish Fields looks great. Ooh, oh, actually, I like that detail that this fish is sitting down. Because I don't think he was last time. I think he was just standing. So it's nice to see him sitting down, unless he's doing that. Yeah, he's sitting down, so that's nice. So we got Chomp Bots. Yeah, this looks all about the same to me. Just trying to look a little bit more in the environment to see if I'm noticing anything new. So here's something I somehow completely missed. I don't know how I didn't notice this, but the cruise bubble isn't completely in first person this time. You know, you see the cruise bubble flying through the air here. I don't know exactly how to feel about that. I do kind of wish he was still in first person. That is a change that I wasn't a huge fan of when I noticed it. But again, it took me a while to notice it, so it's really not that bad. It's just, I liked the thought of flying through the levels in a first-person perspective, but that's just a me thing. It's still great, and apparently from what people have said, it seems like the cruise bubble's slower, like it moves slower, which could explain why the time limit was extended. Went from, I think, 5 seconds to 7 seconds, or I think actually it might have been 6 seconds to 7 seconds, so 1 second longer to accommodate the slower movement of the missile, which obviously makes sense. Here's Kelp Forest again. Again, it just looks so much better. We got the tubulars here. Did they change the color of the inner tubes that they're in? I can't tell. I want to say that they did. I'm probably going to put a picture of one of the tubulars from the original Battle for Bikini Bottom up for comparison, maybe. But yeah, that's just one small thing I might have noticed. I don't know. Yeah, so here's the pier again. I am so happy that they made the Thunder Tikis red. I have no clue why they made them like pale orange at first. It made no sense to me. Like, they looked way too similar to the regular Tiki, so I'm so happy that they made that change to a red color. Yeah, and I love how much more the Tikis stand out. Because obviously there were a lot of limitations with the original Battle for Bikini Bottom. And, first of all, particularly with the flying Tikis, it's so funny that I'm so stupid about this. I didn't realize that the bottom of the flying Tikis were bubbles until I saw them in Rehydrated. I didn't realize that. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like that white round bit at the bottom, that makes sense now. It's stupid that it took me that long to realize, but then again, I was a kid. But then again, I've been playing this game my whole life, so you'd have thought that I would eventually realize this. There's the teacups and such. Wasn't there like a thing on the teacup ride where there's like a red section that you couldn't touch or else it would hurt you? Or is that another ride? I'm pretty certain that was there, but I don't know. It doesn't look like it's there this time. Maybe they took that out. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, this is definitely Flying Dutchman's Graveyard. What's that? Oh, is that a bus station? Like, this part looks like a bus station. I didn't know it lit up. I'm gonna presume that's a bus station there. So then here we have Goo Lagoon. Yeah, the Goo Lagoon looks great. Again, it's not my favorite level, but it just looks great. I love the visual design of it. So yeah, here we are, right outside Jellyfish Caves. Inside Jellyfish Caves. This shot, hold on. This shot looks absolutely spectacular. I love the way the fire acts and like how it dimly lights up the area. Like, I don't know, like just that dark atmosphere with the fire. I think it works really, really well for that scene. And then this scene looks also really, really good. Like, Jellyfish Caves looked good in the original Battle for Bikini Bottom, but it didn't look this good. Yeah, I think it looks great. The one thing I'm not completely sold on is the timer. I don't know why the timer is in this really small, basic text in almost the middle of the screen. I think it should have been in bigger text at the top of the screen. I don't know. Like, to me, it just seems like it would blend in almost with the ice. So, I don't know. Like, that's something that kind of bothers me. Not like I use the Freezy Fruit. Well, I use them a decent bit, actually. Or anything with a timer. Like, will this be for like anything with a timer? I don't know. Just that font and that color. I mean, I'm presuming this color is probably like unique to the Freezy Fruit. But I think the size of the text and the location, like, I don't know. I just think it should have been at the top. I don't remember what the counter text was in Battle for Bikini Bottom, the original. Like, I don't remember that off the top of my head. Like, that's so small. I don't remember that. But I think the text needs to be bigger and moved to the top. But obviously, I don't know if they're going to make that change. But I guess that is a nitpick of all things. Okay, so Sandy is really interesting. The more and more I looked into this, I also saw Shift's video where he reacted to this. When Sandy swings, usually when you swing as Sandy, you don't gain height. You usually move at a horizontal level unless you really like spend some time and swing yourself to give yourself the momentum to get higher. Here, it looks more so like Sandy just jumps and attaches, and she automatically goes higher and gets that upward momentum. That's not a bad thing, because like I don't think it's gonna break the game or anything, but I think it's a weird choice. I don't know if it was an error in the physics of what they were doing, but I mean, like it's really not that big of a deal. Like everything that I'm saying is really nitpicky, like because I'm really just trying to be not critical, but just honest and like, well, I guess critical is a good word, because I just want to like say like what's good in this trailer, what's not, and there's nothing that is in this trailer that's making me go, oh, this game looks awful, or this doesn't look that good. I think this looks brilliant. Like this is almost the perfect remake to me. Like basically right there. There's just those couple little things that are just, you know, a little off the cuff. But let's continue. So we got Sandy. The sliding does seem slower. It's not as slow as it obviously was on the Steam page, but this does look slower. But I think it actually is them also trying to slow it down, like by holding the stick back. So we'll see. Okay, there's something that's not doing it for me with this cutscene. With this scene, not cutscene. With this scene. This is the one part where something just feels off, but I don't know what it is. I seriously can't place a label to it. I think part of it might be Robo Patrick's animations. His spinning animation seems really not stiff, but almost artificial. Like it's almost as if he's like doing a T-pose, but like he's doing a T-pose and he's just kind of spinning on an axis almost. Like, I don't know, it just didn't, maybe it's because that's all we saw, but, you know. This is another reference I missed, the buff SpongeBob. I missed that last time. I actually didn't pause on this spot, or else I obviously would have noticed it. I paused when it was, like, here, and I couldn't tell for the life of me what it was. I thought it was, like an outside shot, with, like, these being buildings or something, but yeah, having that Easter egg is really, really cool. Obviously, a fish with glow sticks. I think this is also a really good glow up. The Poseidon. I don't know. It just looks so much cooler, so much more epic. It makes the fight with Robo Sandy didn't feel grand. Like, yeah, it was in the stadium, but it didn't. I don't know. It just didn't seem epic. Like, in its presentation. Here, it looks great. You see all these fish with glow sticks. It's dark. It's ominous. There's dim lighting in the background. The actual ring, the stage is really well lit, so it emphasizes the importance of the battle because of all the light shining down on it. Robot Sandy actually looks really... Oh, that's a really good shot. That Robo Sandy is interesting. It looks almost creepy. Like, I love how much detail they put into the robot. Like, you can see here, there's like a dent in the armor. Like, you know, just like how haphazardly is put together, which is a thing I'll really praise about this game, is the details and how everything was put together. It was just spectacular. The face is what gets me, though. The face creeps me out among anything else. Yeah, it's just beyond creepy. Absolutely beyond creepy. But I do love it. I love it in its own way, because it's got its own unique charm to it. That's one thing I like, is that the creators of this game... Here's the thing, right? I'm very big on staying true to what made the original great. Like, you guys know that with Luigi's Mansion. Like, the changes they made to Luigi's Mansion were just not it for me. And the changes that they made here are obviously definite changes, but they don't take away. Like, this to me adds to the game. Like, it's the same, but it adds some stuff to it. It adds a little more of a menacing nature to the robot, rather than just a goofiness nature. Now, this also is true with the Spongebob robot, which I'll obviously get to in a little bit. But, yeah, this just looks great. This just looks absolutely great. And I love the new pictures they added at the bottom here. They just look great. Like, Robot Sanity looks truly menacing, and I love it. I just love everything about this. Excuse me, about this scene. So, we're gonna hop around here. We have King Jellyfish. Not much news to report here, though. I don't know if this was a thing before. I didn't see this in the Rehydrated PAX East footage. And I don't think this happened in the original game either, but he drops health. Which is cool, that he drops health, because this is a first level boss for people who are having trouble. This could be good, though. I'll have to probably move my face cam footage for this one. Spongebob here has 5 underpants, which is not a thing in Jellyfish Fields. You can only have 4 maximum. So I wonder if you start out with 4 and you can get the 5th one, or if they did cheat codes to do this, because obviously, like, it's not like they're like, oh, okay, we'll skip this part. Well, they could have technically skipped it, because they could have gotten enough golden spatulas to go to downtown Bikini Bottom, but then why come back to this part at all? But then again, they are recording this for a trailer, so I don't know. I just think it's weird there's 5 underpants here. Let me know down in the comments down below what you think. Anyways, let's move forward. Flying Dutchman. This scene looks great. Like, it's just great. And obviously, Flying Dutchman with the weird fire coming out of his nose. I love it. Again, there's a cool picture there. There's 6 underpants here, which makes me think maybe it is 3, and they just really did something weird with Jellyfish Fields, but we'll leave that. I really like the ominousness of the ship in the background. You can't see it much besides the dim lighting from the windows. That looks really, really good. Yeah. Okay, next up is SpongeBob. Oh my god, this is great. I'm in the Discord server, like I said, with other people that are excited for this game, and some people were saying they weren't a huge fan of the newer design of this robot. I love it. I think it's literally perfect. The only thing that's a little weird for me is the bottom teeth on the robot. I don't know. Again, it almost makes it look creepy. But I love everything about the robot. Shift said that the blue in his eyes, obviously not the pupils, but the blue in, like, the whites of his eyes are meant to be, obviously, like, that this is clear, and that the inside of his head is blue, which I'm completely fine with. I don't have a problem with the eyes at all. I think this looks great. I literally have no issues with this. It looks fine. That's all I gotta say. So then Robot Squidward. This is the first time we're seeing Robot Squidward in game, and it looks fantastic. And what I love is that, obviously you can tell by the design here, they stayed very true to the Squidward in the concept art. They didn't do anything to, like, make Squidward different. They literally took the concept art and probably thought, what can we do with this art to make a battle? And they did it. And I give massive props to Purple Lamp for that. Because obviously they don't know the original vision that Heavy Iron Studios had for this battle. So let me move it to a more desirable shot here. Like, and I don't know, it just looks great. Like, he has the Krusty Krab hat. He has all of his tentacles. Like, you can see there's, like, platforms to the right here. And there's probably some behind here. I see something behind here as well, right? That looks like it could be a button. But I don't know. We don't really know. Like this looks so cool. So it makes me wonder how these Robo Squidwards really contribute. Like, what do they do? Because can you, like, is this a complete, are there different levels? Like, obviously this is like the beach themed level. There's the one we just saw that was like inside, and then there's the Patrick's Dream themed level. Like, are these all different levels? I don't know. I really don't know. Both players have 4 health here, which is again making me think that maybe the game starts you off with 4, because I am pretty certain you start off with 3 in the original battle for Bikini Bottom. But yeah, we see Tartars, There's 2 chomp bots, a fodder, and Chuck. Chuck looks absolutely amazing in this game. He's definitely my favorite robot redesign, or not redesign, but upgrade, I'll call it. He looks great, like just how animated he is, like with his movements. Like usually in Battle for Bikini Bottom, he's pretty still. He doesn't do much until he throws the rocket. Here, he's actually doing like movements and animations while he's like in his idle animation. So it's absolutely awesome. So here we have Patrick's Dream. It really does suck that this isn't going to be a full level, but I can happily accept it because that obviously it's a nod to the fans who have wanted to see this visualized. Like, it looks great. I love the onions in the background. Squidward obviously is a projectile. Oh, we didn't see it, but Squidward's a projectile-based enemy that shoots from his clarinet. And actually, something I noticed when I was listening a bit harder to the footage, which is actually hard to do on a video, is that I think when with each note that Squidward plays, it plays a sound effect from Squidward's dream whenever you jump on one of the notes, like the blue ones, I think. I noticed that, and it was really, really cool. And apparently, who was it? I think it was Shift, said something about, for characters like Squidward, Mr. Krabs, and Plankton, or Robo Plankton in this case, they might use audio clips from Lights, Camera, Pants, which will be really interesting to see. I'm curious to see how that will go, because I don't know, I like Lights, Camera, Pants as well. I'm doing a Zach Plays on that, by the way, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see that. But yeah, it's just really, really cool. So Gary, I don't know what Gary's using to attack here. I'm gonna have to, actually, let me slow down the footage a bit. Gary's using, oh, he's using a frying pan. Because reasons, I'm sorry if you heard my stomach rumble, because if the microphone's near my stomach, that would be really awkward if you hear my stomach rumble, but yeah, so, using the pan, so then, could you, annotations off. Okay, that doesn't apply to end screen. But then obviously he plays Robo Plankton. It looks really, really cool. I really, really like it. I don't know, it just looks super, super cool. So it looks like, so this must be during the island. Oh, it says it right here, Island 6. So I'm presuming here you're fighting Robo Squidward, I'm presuming, right? I mean, that's what makes sense to me, because it looks like he's in attack mode. There's no other robots. Enemies left 1, which makes sense for it to be him. So, yeah. So, I guess, like, maybe at the end of each wave, you go up against Robo Squidward. Or, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, so, I guess that's really it, for this part. So, let's go back into my final thoughts. Overall, you guys, I am super, super excited for this game. Now, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do before Rehydrated comes out. I think that since Rehydrated is coming out a week after my birthday, a week and a day, I think that on my birthday, I'm going to try and stream this game. It depends on if we can get good internet around here. Finally, because it got delayed again. But if we have good internet here, I will stream 100% this game. I will play the whole game, like, it'll probably take me 6, 7, 8 hours, stream the whole thing in a single day on my birthday for you guys, 1 week before Rehydrated comes out, and then I will do a Zach Plays of Rehydrated. And like I said, we're doing Lights, Camera, Pants next. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And I don't know what I'm going to do after Lights, Camera, Pants. I'll figure that out later. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for all the support you guys have given me over this time with Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. It's coming. It's only 2 months away. I'm stoked. If you're stoked, make sure to drop a like. Make sure to subscribe. Hit the little notification bell so you're notified of when I upload. Also, make sure to check out the merch store. I got some cool ZakPak merch up there. Maybe I'll try to make some Spongebob themed merch for you guys. And yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one.